So that's going to be my mindset. It's really nice that Orianna took exhaust because that means she has less kill pressure on me. I'm going to go for the really high sustain route where I'm going boots 4 pots. It'll help me be safer in lane against the Lee Sin, so I can more easily juke his Q, as well as it'll allow me to play further up in the lane than any other item start, because I'll be able to travel more distance, right? Pair that with my mobility quints, and I'm moving pretty fast, right at level 1.
30 seconds until minions.
You're glad that Fiora stuns when she blocks gold card again? I thought she always did, but...
Don't mind if I do.
Ginger. Chill out.
Deal 'em.
Minions have spawned.
I'm one of a kind.
He's going for drag solo level 3. That's interesting. Oh, interesting. So like Renekton W didn't stun. That's kind of a bummer.
It's my
Okay,
lucky
basic
day.
TF. Red card, the backline, caster minions. Do that 3 times. There's like...
Doing it.
This is just the way you play. Red card the backline 3 times. And then gold card 2 times. Missed one.
It's all in the card. Shining gold.
See that? The gold card zoning. I already have a lead in lane. Crazy, right? Now I blue card to regenerate this mana. I'm going to be taking E level 2 for the attack speed.
Lucky of them.
I'm pushing her off of this minion, you see? Because I stood there with my gold card, she lost a minion. Little tiny things to get ahead in lane. This is why Twisted Fate is considered a strong early game laner. Orianna is stronger, but she's a bad player. You can already tell from the way she was playing at level 1. Because she could have been punishing me with her autos. But that damage is ridiculous, so...
Deal 'em. Thorn Rose. Just the luck of the draw.
Trinamere cheese them, looks like, with Ignite. And we got the dragon level 3. Generally, I messed up. I want to get the red cards on the caster minions, but it doesn't matter incredibly. I just want to keep the lane pushing. This gives my jungle freedom to do pretty much whatever he wants. I don't want to take any risks there. I burn the ghost, right? Ghost has a low cooldown, 3 minutes. Burn the ghost. It's not worth having to burn flash because Lee Sin lands the Q on you and then you take damage, right? I wanted blue card here, I just messed up. Okay. Now I have a good amount of gold. I have a good amount of farm. I have a good lead on her, right? If you notice. I want to back for this cannon wave. She probably won't notice I'm gone and won't shove. Get Catalyst. Catalyst makes me safe. Gives me a bigger health pool. Gives me 300 mana. That's a ton of mana. My ulti costs 150 at first rank. I want a higher mana pool. Because see, even with 300 extra mana, I only have 683 mana.
Armed, I'm
So 150 is a big chunk.
An enemy has been slain.
So I just want to continue with the push. And I want to get the fuck out of this lane once I hit level 6 because Orianna is just so fucking hard to deal with. Once she gets that ulti right, like, I don't want to be here. So, past level 5, you want to queue through all the minions, right? I was saying this earlier. This puts a lot more pressure. The whole point is keep the lane pushing, so the enemy has less options.
It's my lucky day.
Now, I have the option to look for a roam bot lane. However, I think they backed. Deny the scrying orb. I want the ward down here because I'm going to be looking to go down there in the future. I don't want to walk into a Lee Sin in that bush, right? And just about how I was going out earlier, where I play on this side of the map, the warded side of the map, I'm doing that.
Don't mind if I do.
So there's not a good opportunity to make an ulti play bot lane, so I'm not going to try and force anything right now. My Jinx was backing, so... Once every laner's back in a lane, I can have a good opportunity to go bot lane.
An enemy has been slain.
Yes! I'm focusing, Sarah.
Armed, I'm sure.
Can't hear your words.
An enemy has been slain.
How can you roam without it being obvious? Don't use ult. You can just walk down there and ult back to your lane. Does that make sense? That way it's kind of like a hidden roam.
Just the luck of the draw.
Cool, I get blue. So that ulti I used, I didn't expect Blitz to be able to land that hook over the wall. That was actually really nice. So there was no point in going bot lane. So my ulti top, it actually prevented that gank from happening because I'm pretty sure Nunu and Tryndamere do not beat Jack's Lee Sin. Lee Sin's way more powerful at this stage in the game, in a duel, okay? So, every time there is not minions to be had, jump out of vision. It freaks out everybody's minds. Even though my ulti's off cooldown, people still, for some reason, will think like, oh, TF has ult, he's left lane. You know, everybody hide, run away.
Deal 'em.
Cool.
An ally has been slain.
Always on the run. Blood red.
Hi. That's Rod of Ages. And this is another reason Catalyst is so good. That higher health, Lee Sin didn't know that I'm actually pretty tanky at this point.
Doing it.
Right? I could ulti to get back in the lane. It would mean I get all of this golden experience. I could Ghost to get back into lane. I feel like it's fine to just... See, I ganked my own lane. It's nice. And she just gives up. We got the dragon. Pretty solid. Pretty solid.
I got it.
Yeah, she knew she was dead. I can catch this guy out. I'm ghosting over. Okay. He flashed. That's how he lives. Ghost has a low cooldown, so I really don't feel super bad about using it there. I run bot lane. I can probably flash gold card on Lucian and they will die.
Always on the run.
Rod over Hexic GLP. That's like a Korean thing to do. I'm not sure if that's super popular in NA. Nice, and Jinx got the kill too. That's why, okay, so when you have the gold card, you know it's going to guarantee stun. It doesn't matter if they flash. So just wait until it hits before you throw that Q. Don't try and throw that Q before the gold card connects, right?
Kneel before Vlad.
Let it ride.
Okay. Next item is Lichbane. Lichbane's pretty core. Pretty core. I'm actually gonna stick around and queue this wave. I don't want them to... Oh, well, I'm gonna attempt to queue the wave, but I'm actually a trash player, so I'm not gonna actually manage to queue the wave. Oh, rip. Bummer. Yeah, bummer. Oh, unlucky. That stun was nice.
An enemy has been slain.
Okay, yeah, so okay, so a bit curious about the Hexic GLP 800 option. Isn't that active really sick for them TF plays? Yeah, it gives you a little bit more burst. Actually, it does quite a bit of damage. However, it's 300 gold more expensive. It doesn't end up giving you as much stats after it's stacked up, right? And mostly, like, the 300 gold more expensive, you're going to delay your other items, right? So I haven't tried it so much. I know that, like, Faker and all them are running it a lot, and if you go on Korean builds, you can see a lot of TFs using it. Maybe it is going to be a new meta, kind of like how Aurelion Soul uses it now, right? Oh, it feels bad. All those minions live with 3 health.
Looks like
I don't want to risk dying to Lee and Ori, because Lee probably can jump over that wall. Oh my god. That's such a bummer. Lee had mobility, so he just kind of walked up. Actually, I don't even remember how he got onto me, but he just got onto me, basically. Ooh, Lucian, boy. Blitz would have done more just by holding his grab, to be honest. He would have freaked everybody out.
My lucky day.
So I'm going to go into the side lane and push. My ult will be up in 20, so I'll be able to push these waves out. And someone will come bot, I'll ult mid, and we'll be able to get some kills.
I reckon.
Oh, it looks like I should have bought this Aether Wisp, and I had the gold for it. So they're going to go top. So me being bot is especially powerful right now because they can't really deal with both sides of the map at once.
Mind if I do?
An ally has been slain.
Tryndamere died, which means I cannot really split push if they try and deal with my team now. So I'll have to group. Losing a person means you're not going to be able to have as much pressure on the map as the enemy team. So I have to keep that in mind when I make decisions from now on. I hate how you could just walk into Lee ult like that.
Always on.
Silly. I'm gonna stand here because I feel like Lee may try to path through here to contest the dragon. I think that's hilarious.
Lucky them.
An enemy has been slain.
She got hit with the new ulti. Yeah, the tower aggro was really disappointing. When I died to the Lee Sin kick. So, once I get Lichbane, my split pushing threat becomes even more powerful because TF takes towers really fast. Damn it.
An ally has been slain.
I completely forgot Orianna had Ignite. I just knew I didn't have to be down there because Tryndamere... Oh, maybe it would have been better to just split with Tryndamere. Yeah, going mid was stupid. That was a risk I didn't have to take. Yep, so don't do that. Bad choice. I would have been able to kill the Lucian if not for the exhaust, because I would have done the gold card into Q into auto attack, which would have killed with the Thunderlord's proc.
Killing spree. An enemy has been slain.
Partner. I'm one of a kind. Don't mind if I do.
An enemy has been slain.
Charmed, I'm sure. Looking good.
So here I'm going top because I want to push this, and someone will go top. Baron's coming up soon. When I back next, I need to pick up a pink so that we can have one for Baron. So I'm going to get my pink, shove out bot lane, and I'll have the ulti to be able to join the team. force them to go bot,
Always on the run.
and then we might look for a Baron play.
It's my
It looks like I don't even have to join them. They're gonna have to contest that Baron. Lucian has no mana.
Slain. An enemy has been slain.
So I'll just be able to pressure this. Lucian, I know, is going to deal with me. Right here.
Shut down. Ally has been slain. Shut down.
Bummer, I'm our only Baron, so I need to not die. So that we can have me for the split.
no
Or me for the push. This pink ward's not as useful now. Now that Baron is already down, I'm going to
charmed. I'm
sell it for
sure.
the NLR. They're not building magic resist right now, so getting the Rabadons is superior to getting Void Staff. This is not a game where I'm going to be initiating with like a Messiah play with the Zonias, so I don't need the Zonias. This is mostly a peel the hyper carry game. I'm mostly looking to peel with my ulti at the moment. Okay, I'm glad the Ori ulti isn't there anymore because we had Baron. Yeah, there were no minions, so we couldn't take the tower.
Lucky them.
An enemy has been slain.
So I'm gonna look to use this Baron buff again, try and push some minions into the tower. It's pretty much gonna wear off. We can't really use it so much anymore. If Nua hadn't died here, we could have waited for the next minion wave and just taken the tower with the Baron buff, and it was a 4v5 already, right? Because we killed Lucian. So right now, the point of TF at the moment, this is when he's incredibly powerful in the mid game. I can just look to ulti anybody who's caught out, and we get a free kill, turn the game to a 4v5. We can now siege. Like, look at this Jax, he's pretty much gone. I don't even need to ult for this guy, but yeah, because Nunu's just gonna ice ball him, he's dead.
An enemy has been slain.
So that was a really fatal mistake. Okay, and that's when I use the ulti to get another kill. Now we're able to take this tower, as long as Nunu doesn't like fucking lose his patience and die again to tower. If we can maybe clear this, or he might choose to, or he can wave clear this wave pretty easily. Actually, I'll need to flash gold card the Ori, honestly. I need to flash gold card the Ori here.
Luck of the draw.
There we go. The trick is you can right click to auto attack them and then just flash. And it'll be in range. So right there, it's undodgeable. It's like actually like you don't have to even click on them right hand. You can click on them before you even flash. So there are a lot of abilities that you can use like that, like anti-tibbers and all that. We got the inhibitor. That's basically what we were going for. We could have done it without everybody inting, but I mean, it's solo queue. Everyone's got to int every once in a while. Here, it would be smart to go, even though they're not building magic resists. Why aren't they building MR? Whatever, they're not building MR. So the thing to do when that happens is you go magic penetration. I'll build these components because if they do just clutch, like buy an MR item, I can go Void Staff, but if they don't, I can finish the Leandries and punish the no MR with the magic pen.
I reckon. It's all in the cards.
Okay, we can get this. We can get the other in him. This is the safe play.
Looks like trouble.
Okay, I forced him to use the counter strike to block the gold card. At this point in the game, pretty much the point and click 2-second stuns will carry every fight. So you just want to stay alive, and basically TF's usefulness is determined by how many gold cards you can get. Because a 2-second point and click stun that deals like 1 billion damage is really valuable, turns out. Important things to note about this game was, like, for instance, when I said I needed to flash gold card the Orianna to break open that tower right here. When the next wave collides, I don't want her wave clearing this. I need to flash gold card her so that she can't do that. See? That way we get this tower 100%, because even in the worst case where she lives, which she shouldn't live, she's pushed off the tower and can't wave clear it. That's pretty much the important takeaway for that. In the late game. Things you should look for on TF. You can backdoor on TF, but in games like that, like this comp, my job is not to be like the backdoor bro. There was a point in the game where it was. If you remember when Tryndamere was splitting top, and I was like, it's very important, it's very powerful for me to be bot lane, because now we have a 1-3-1 going on, and both of us can't be 1v1'd by anyone. That was a really powerful strategy, and then Tryndamere ended up dying for a silly reason. I'm not sure why he would just push up stupidly like that. He could just wait for me to get pressure bot lane, and we would just basically win the game right there. But that was a situation where split pushing was a good choice. As well as I'm constantly going in the side lanes to get farm and push the waves, to keep the waves pushing towards them so they can never take towers. They can never pressure our side of the map. And that's kind of what you do. But at a certain point, like in the late mid game, after like 25 minutes or something, it was all about grouping with like the Blitz, Nunu, Jinx, and being a 1-4 for Tryndamere is the only one splitting. And now I'm here with the team because if I gold card anyone, like Blitz would have to be completely brain dead to miss a hook on a stun target. And basically the ice ball can make it to where it's very easy for me to get into range for the gold card. It's very easy for Blitz to land the hook, as well as me having the gold card is good peel on the Jinx in the case that they try and fight us. Especially even like 5v4, right? I don't think they can win against us 5v4, not walking into us. Did they take any towers? Yeah, Orianna got mid tower. And I think they got top tower sometime after they killed Tryndamere. But I think they only got one tower. Maybe they... Yeah, they took top tower, and they took my mid tower. I remember we traded bot tower for the mid tower. So I'm pretty happy with that game. I was the commentary was very good. I know Twisted Fate very well as a champion. I know exactly what to do in the laning phase for the most part. If you saw, that was actually quite dominant, even though Orianna is a strong matchup into him, especially at the beginning of the game, playing the early lane. I will clip this video and put it on YouTube because that was actually a very clean game. Except for a few times I inted and I did those dives, but I think I like mentioned that was incorrect for me to do it like on the spot, so it's okay for someone to learn from. I am getting hungry. Actually, I haven't eaten since I started streaming, which is at afternoon, and now it's about 6 p.m. I'm gonna go grab a bite to eat, have a little brief intermission, and I'll be back in an hour. Okay. Int. I define int as doing something even though you know it's the wrong play. That's like intentionally trying to lose. I mean, I am getting hungry. I need to get some food. And I need to stop talking because just for a little bit so I can kind of recoup. I call almost all deaths ints. It's because it's people making mistakes. Tryndamere didn't need to be pushed up that far. Look, I'll go over it. He did int, and Nunu did walk into the tower for no reason. When we had no minion wave, there was no way we were going to be taking that tower. It was just intentional feeding. Like, he just walked in. Like, I mean, like, it's just a boosted. I guess the better way to say it is just boosted play. Or like complete like brain fart. Like that's not what you're supposed to do. Where was it? Tryndamere's right here. Wait. Tryndamere's pushing top lane, right? He's right there, and that's when I'm like, it's very powerful for me. You see this situation? This is called a 1-3-1. One at top, 3 at mid, 1 at bot. This will be really powerful if instead, this is Tryndamere inting, by the way. He shouldn't be here. He should be right here. Right here. Around like where the Gromp is maybe, but right here. Or waiting in this bush right there. Waiting for me to get right here, push this wave, and then the mid lane stays right here. You basically want this whole line of be like where your people are, right? And then once I get pressure in the bot lane, then he can start to scoot up. When they see people losing vision down here and people moving over to him, he moves back to right here, and I push up over here. And then they will be forced to 1-3-1 us, but their 1-3-1's much weaker because we have 2 true split pushing champions and they do not. Does that make sense? And now their 3-man is a lot weaker and very prone to getting picked by the Nunu and the Blitz. So our composition is much stronger in that regard. And that's why it was, if he just hadn't died here, you'll see that he dies
So they're gonna
because
go
he
top.
played stupidly right
So
here.
me being
We could have basically ended the game and closed it out so cleanly at this point, 16 minutes in the game.
bot is especially powerful right now because they can't.
And this is what they do in competitive. They don't run Tryndamere in competitive, but like this is when you watch like those pro games, this is the macro strategy that they're using, right? And if you listen to the commentators, they talk about this similar thing. This is just on the solo queue level.
really deal with both sides.
He shouldn't have been there. You see, because he's pushed up right there and not mirroring the pushedness of the 3 at mid lane, he gets collapsed on for free. And since I don't have pressure in bot lane, we can't really punish this so well. Maybe we get the mid tower, but we would have gotten the mid tower anyways, even if you stayed right there, right? I'm probably going to be gone an hour. I'm just going to finish commentating on like kind of the macro of this game and the decision making in the mid game, because it's mostly the mid game I think is the hardest part to learn, because laning phase is kind of easy. It's very easy to just learn the matchups and stuff. So again, Tryndamere shouldn't have been up there. If he were at Gromp right now, this 3 people right here would not matter. He could just, you know, walk away. But because he was pushed up so far, and I called it inting, and I guess it's not really inting, it's just stupidity. That's just brain, like, it's just boosted player kind of playing right now. And of course I was doing like poor CSing. I just like stopped caring. I was like, the game's over. We just already won. But I should have been farming better. If he had just been right here, would have been better, and I would have pressure here. Them sending 3 there meant I get this, our team gets this, and we just kind of push them in, because you got to consider we have a gold lead already, right? They already can't fight us. Plus our composition's stronger. They can't fight us. So what happens when I get here? He still doesn't back up. Even when he sees them, he doesn't back up. That's like adding insult to injury. He instead decides to all in. See? I don't have pressure down here anyways. I'm not threatening any towers. There's no way I can.
If they try and deal with my team now, so I'll have to group. Losing a person means you're not going to be able to have as much pressure on the map as the enemy team.
Yep,
But
that's
I
right.
keep that in mind when I make decisions.
So, because he died here, we were only able to get this tower. And we weren't able to get, you know, 2 inhibs or an inhib and all of these towers and this tower. It was like a huge, you know, macro blunder for him to not stand backwards. Stand back just a little bit. I think I got my point across. I'm gonna go grab some food. All right, guys. I'm gonna have like a brief intermission, like an hour. Okay. See you soon, guys.